Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that is now quite old. It has become quite collectible and is fairly difficult to find these days. We are looking at a 2002 release by Corgi from their Definitive Bond collection. And that was the definitive collection of Bond vehicles that appeared in the movies over the course of the years. And this particular model we're looking at today is of the BMW Z8 as it appeared in the Bond film The World Is Not Enough. Now, for those of you Bond fans that know, The World Is Not Enough was the third Bond movie to feature Pierce Brosnan as the MI6 agent, codenamed 007. And this film was released in 1999. I think it was November 1999 it was released over here. It ran for just over 2 hours, had a budget of $135 million, and it took at the box office $361.8 million. So it, pretty much almost trebled its money, but that's quite a low takings really for a Bond film. So it wasn't, I don't think this was classed as one of the best Bond films. I quite enjoyed it, but I don't think it was classed as one of the best. But anyway, this is the model and the diorama that relates to that particular movie. And as I said, it is of the BMW Z8 as it appeared in the film. And this is the box in front of us that it comes in. So it says the Definitive Bond Collection, The World Is Not Enough. CC99105 BMW Z8 and diorama, and it's a limited edition one. Just add a little bit of light on there, makes it a little bit easier to see. And down the bottom there you can see all the other models in the series. Now most of those we've already had and we have produced videos for, which you would have seen over the course of the last few years. Okay, that's the front of the box. I just lift the box up to the top. We've got pretty much the same thing on the front again. It says the Definitive Bond 007, the Definitive Bond Collection. The World Is Not Enough. There's an image of the actual diorama and the BMW parked on the diorama there. A limited edition, there's an image of Pierce Brosnan as he appeared in this movie as Bond. CC99105, BMW Z8 and diorama, and you've got the Corgi logo on the bottom right hand corner there. Okay, that's the top of the box. If I turn the box to the side, you've got again The World Is Not Enough, the same image of the same diorama, two of the Bond ladies. This is limited edition, CC9105, BMW Z8 and diorama, and you've got the Corgi logo again at the bottom. I think we've got exactly the same on the other side. Yes, we do. So again, it's got The World Is Not Enough, 007 logo, same image, limited edition, CC99105, BMW Z8 and diorama, Corgi logos, and the same two Bond girls. And on the back, we've got the same again as what was literally on the front. And on the bottom of the box, we've just got the not suitable for children under 14 years old. This is an adult collectible item, barcode, BMW logo and trademarks and so on, and it's 2001 Corgi Classics Limited. Okay, so that is the box. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the box. I'm going to remove the model for the first time because it's never been out of the box, and we're going to have a good look at this diorama. Now, this is very heavy for some reason, so I'm eager to get inside and have a look, and let's see what we've got inside. Okay, so I've removed the contents from the box and I've taken them out of the bags. The car came in a bag and the diorama was in a bag. I've taken the bags off so we can have a good look at them. So we've got the vehicle and we've got the diorama. But before we look at those, we've got this here, which is the instructions on the model. So it says operating instructions, push headrest down. In front of the roll bar. Do not press roll bar, will cause damage. And rockets there. Rockets do not fire. 05001 BMW Z8. So that's the instructions for the operation of the vehicle. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And then of course you've got the flyer with all the other models on, which came with all of the Definitive Collection series. And it says the definitive Bond collection, since first launching the Aston Martin DB5 in 1965, Corgi Classics has become synonymous with James Bond replica diecast vehicles. Now you can collect the new series of James Bond vehicles shown overleaf from what is intended to become the definitive Bond collection. Okay, so that's that. Let's move that out of the way. And then, of course, we've got this wonderful limited edition certificate of authenticity. And it says 007, the definitive Bond collection. Caught in a tight spot at the Caviar factory, Bond calls for backup. At a touch of a button, he summons his sleek BMW Z8 sports car. An explosive chase down the jetty ensues with the circular saws hanging from the helicopter, biting at his heels. Unfortunately, the car comes to an untimely end when they finally catch up and cut it into two, with Bond making a narrow last-minute escape. Whatever will you say? This is to certify that this is a limited edition number 1938 of only 5,900 produced worldwide. CC 99105 BMW Z8 and Diorama limited edition, and you've got the Corgi logo there. And on the back, you've got like a film clapperboard, and it's CC 99105. You've got the Corgi logo at the bottom, BMW Z8 and Diorama, and you've got the copyright EM Productions Limited and 007 logo. So that's the paperwork that comes with the model. Right. Now we've got the model and the diorama. I'm just going to remove the model first of all, because I want to look at the diorama first. Now this diorama, it is really heavy. What does it say on the bottom there? So it's got the Corgi logo on the bottom. But I don't know what it's made out of, but it is bloody heavy there. It's really heavy. It's like it's made out of a brick. But there we are. Anyway, so this is that factory, the Caviar factory. As it appeared in the movie, I'm sorry. And there you can see the helicopter above there with the swords spinning down, setting fire to the barrels, and then they're in hot pursuit of Bond. So that's the diorama. Let's just measure this diorama, because it is quite large. So it's 19 centimetres in width. Lengthwise, actually, let's measure it from the bottom, across the bottom there. That's the easiest way. It's 14 centimetres deep. And if we measure the height, which is going to be from the bottom to the top of the helicopter blade, which is 10 centimetres. So that gives you an idea of the size, but it is bloody heavy. But anyway, let's get on to the model. So this is the BMW Z8. As you can see, it is a beautiful looking model of that particular vehicle. Shame it come to an untimely end. But there we are. That happens in Bond movies. Okay, so you can see it is completely die-cast metal. Everywhere on here is metal. There's no plastic on the body itself other than the windscreen and the internal. So the seating area is plastic. You can see you've got a very nice display of the dashboard there, and the BMW logo is even on the steering wheel. Number plate at the back, number plate at the front. The grills are plastic. Other than that, though, even the tyres are obviously not metal; they're rubber. And the wheels, I think the wheels are plastic and just made to look like they're metal, but I'm pretty certain they're plastic. Okay, it's got the dual headlights as well. I mean, really, really nice looking car this is. And yeah, I mean, I've always liked the BMW Z8 anyway. I think it's a lovely car, and lovely sports car, and there it is. Okay, now, functionalities, we've got the free rolling wheels, obviously, as you do on all these cars. But what happens when we press down on the seats? The rocket fires out of that side, and we got the same that fires out of that side. So that's why you press down on the seats to get the rockets out. There's no launching involved. They just pop out. So that's the functionalities of this particular model. So let's do that again. Pop out, pop out. So each one is operated by each seat. So and they release the rockets. Okay, excellent. Measurements wise, 12 centimeters in length. It's 5 centimeters wide at the widest point, and height wise we're looking at about 3.5 centimeters from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the windscreen. Okay, so that is the model, and as I say, it is a lovely model, and it just displayed nicely on that diorama there. I must say, I'm just going to zoom in there. We are getting a little bit of flashing from the lights, but I just want to zoom in so we can really have a good look at what this looks like sitting on that diorama. And my goodness me, it looks absolutely fantastic. And you can position the vehicle or the BMW in different ways. If you want to display it differently one day, you get bored, you can display it a different way the next day. You could even have it parked on the side if you wanted to, but it really does look spectacular. I'm quite impressed with this. I think the added extras of the diorama just makes this model really stand out. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorites of the definitive collection. Also, I'm a lover of the BMW Z8 anyway. I think it's a great car. So it's definitely one of my favorite models of the Corgi collection, the definitive collection. So there we have it. That is the set. Now, how well did these do back in 2002 when they were released? Well, yeah, I suppose they've done what they said they was going to do. They made 5,900 pieces, and they sold 5,900 pieces. That was a limited edition run, and they sold out. And they haven't reissued it. So it's one of those that was just a strictly limited quantity number. It obviously comes with the certificate, which is an added bonus. So yeah, I mean, it's done very well, sold out quite quickly, and that's it. When they're gone as far as Corgi is concerned. And you usually do find that they have a tendency to reissue them some years later in a different packaging, but this particular set, I think the Z8 has been reissued again, but the actual diorama has never been reissued, so it's just this one issue that the diorama was in. Okay, let's move forward to 2024, which is where we are today. So we're going forward 22 years, almost 23 years. Do these come up on the platforms? Well, surprisingly, yes. You do see quite a few of these appearing on the platforms. They are, as usual, in various states of condition. So some of them advertise them as brand new, but you'd always tell if they're brand new because when you open the box, you know, the car and the diorama are bagged. So if there's no bags in there, you know they've been out and been displayed. If the instructions and the welcome sheet and the information card are not in a sealed bag, well, or missing, you know it's been opened. And if it doesn't contain the limited edition certificate, well, you know it's been opened. So there's certain things that you can always see. When I had a look on there was some saying that they were brand new, but you know, then next thing you see the models are out of the boxes. So I'm assuming that the boxes have been opened. This particular one we're looking at today wasn't open until I opened it, but it has now been opened. But obviously it's all in absolute mint condition, and I will be returning everything to its original state and putting it back in the box, and then it will be available for sale on the Miles Touch website. So yes, they do come up in various different degrees of condition, and again, if you are thinking of buying on a platform, be very careful and do have a read of what the item you're actually buying rather than the homepage description and images, because they usually refer to new, and the chances are there's not going to be any new items because they sold out 22 years ago. So everything that is or most that will be shown on the platforms will be used to some degree. So do click on what you're the use button and see what you're actually going to order if you do intend to order on a platform. Otherwise, you can bypass all that rubbish and you can come straight to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage James Bond items. And you can get there very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the site and you can find this very, very easily and browse all the Bond stuff to your heart's content. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be the item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful die-cast model set with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.